Making this video for the people that are finding it difficult to use the print and cut feature. And I'm going to be working with two different images. So I'm just going to go into my folder and drag my first image into the Silhouette Studios. Now, the first thing you want to do is to determine what the size of your key holder is going to be. So if you're working with a 2 by 2 inches key holder and you want your stickers to cover the whole area of the key holder, that means your sticker also has to be in 2 by 2 inches. So we are going to go to this part in our Silhouette Studios, and then you click on the shape of the key holder you want to create. So we are doing a round shape. Right, so we are going to click on the round shape. Once you click on the round shape, you can see that your arrow turned to a plus sign. Now to draw your circle, you are going to click and drag. Sorry. You're going to click and drag in order to be able to draw your shape. So if you are working with a different shape, let's say a triangle also, you just click on the triangle and then click and drag to draw your shape. Now once you have drawn your shape, you're going to go back here and click on the arrow. So I'm just going to delete this one. I don't need them. Now once you click on the arrow, you go back to click on your round shape and come up here to change the size. Now you can see that there's a padlock sign beside where you have your W and H. Your W and H stands for your width and your height, right? And then you have a padlock sign. If you don't unlock this padlock sign, you cannot change the size of your circle, right? So you're going to just click on the padlock to unlock the padlock, and then I'm just going to go back and enter 2 inches on both sides, and then I'll press enter. If you don't press enter, the size is not going to reflect on the shape that you have drawn, right? So that's for the size of our key holder, or the size that we want our sticker to be in. Now for your sticker, I'm going to show you 2 ways to work on them. I'm just going to bring this out here so that you can see what I'm doing. Now for this particular sticker, I can just go to the right hand side or in my Silhouette Studios, click on open the trace panel, click on select trace area, right? Once you click on select trace area, your arrow is going to turn to a plus sign. Then I would click and drag over my image, then you will see a yellow outline on your image. Now we want this yellow to fill the whole part of the graphics that we want to cut out. Now I'm going to come to this part, this threshold part, and I'm going to just increase the threshold so that it covers the part that I want, and I will come down here and click on trace and detach. Once you click on trace and detach, you can see that it has already removed that white background and giving you your round circle. So this way I can just click on the round on this round logo, come back up here and change the size to 2 by 2, and I have my 2 by 2, right? But let's assume that your logo doesn't have a round shape. Let's assume that you're working with um something like this, or maybe let's assume you're working with an image, right? So if you're working with this type of image where you have to cut out the round shape yourself, you can now bring this round shape that you have drawn. So I'll click on the round shape and center it. Click on center to page, and then it's bring to the center of the page for me. Then I will bring my image and I will try to size it into the circle. So if this is how I want my image to be, this is what I'm going to cut out. We just click and drag over the image and the circle, right? So I just clicked and drag over the image and the circle to select everything together. Then I would go to where is this? I'll go to the modify panel, which is this panel, and then I'll click on crop. You can see now that I have my circle, my image in a circle form. But remember that you have to click and drag over the image and the circle so that you are able to select everything together. If you don't select the image and the circle, it won't be able to crop into that circle shape. So that's how you get your image, your pictures, your graphics, anything into a circle form. Now I'm going to get another image just to show you two different ways of cutting your stickers or using the print and cut option. Let's see. Okay, let's use this image, right? So you see that this one has different edges, different shapes. It's not as straightforward as this image or this logo. If you want to print and cut this as a sticker, you would have to click on the image, right click. You can right click or you come up here to this part, or you just right click and click on offset. So when you click on offset, you are going to get an outline of the shape of your image. Can you see? I will click and drag over the outline and the image again, and I will group it, which enables me to move this around because you can't move your image and your outline separately. So now that we have done this, I'm just going to put this aside. I'm going to put this aside and we are going to come back to our circle shape. Now the same thing for this circle shape. I'm going to click on the image and put it in the middle. So I'm going to click on center to page. Click on the shape also and then click on center to page. So you can see that the circle and the image, right, is in the center together. Can you see that? Now I'm going to click, drag over to select everything, right click and group so that I can move the both of them together. Now that I have done that, we are now going to start the second part of the process of printing and cutting. Now I'm going to go to this other part, the first panel, which is open the panel setup, open the setup page panel, the page the page setup panel, right? I'm going to click on it and you are going to click on this third option, which is the registration mark. Once you click on the registration mark, you put on the registration mark and then you have this I don't know what to call it, but you have these indications. Now, this is what your machine is going to register. Your machine is going to register these lines so that it knows where to cut. And that is the reason for this red shape and the red outlines that we have, because this is what the machine is going to use to cut out your image or whatever you're printing. I hope you guys are understanding my explanation. Now, you cannot put your image outside your registration mark. It will cut it off, right? Even when you're printing, it's going to print from where this line starts from. And we're just going to arrange our stickers or our graphics inside this box. Now, if you are making multiple stickers, let's say you're doing 50 pieces, 12 pieces of key holders, or you just want to print and cut out regular stickers, you can click on the image. You come back to this panel called replicate panel, and then this gives you options to duplicate at once. So you can click on, if you play around with it, you understand how it works. So if I click on this, it will duplicate it for me in 3 places. If I click on the arrow going down, it will duplicate it for me in 2 places going down, right? If I click on this other arrow going to the side, it will duplicate it for me this way, right? So that's how to duplicate your anything, even if it's just a name that you are typing, if it's just a regular cutout for a wedding souvenir and you want to duplicate your option. That's how you do it conveniently. So I'm going to go ahead to arrange the stickers and print. So one other important thing I forgot to mention is the size of your media, which is the size of your sticker paper or your art card or any paper that you're going to be using to print. So if you use an Epson EcoTank or inkjet, your paper size is limited to an A4 size. A4 is the biggest size you can print. If you use a silhouette portrait 3 or portrait 4, you probably wouldn't need to adjust this function, because I think automatically it just once you select your machine to um let's say portrait 3, yeah, automatically just gives you the size of your cutter. But I use a Cameo 4. I use a Cameo 4, and the size of my cutting mat or my media is 12 by 12. Now, for me to print on an A4 sticker paper, I need to come to the media size and choose A4. I see that this one was already out of the paper, so I'm just going to remove this one and then just um, size this here. And so when I'm done with arranging my images, I would come to file and then I'll just click on print. Then when I get to this part, I would also click on print again. Now, because I am using a Mac, the interface would be different. If you're using a Windows, it's going to be different from this interface that you're seeing here. Just to quickly show you what your print settings will look like if you're using a Windows laptop. So you go to this place and click on files, right? Then you click on print. And as soon as you click on print, you would see this preview. Then you click on print again. Now when you click on print, you're going to see this print option. So if you have more than one printer, you're going to have to select the printer you want to use. So for me, this is the printer I use in printing stickers. Click on preference. This is where you will now select your size, the way you want the sticker paper to come out, whether portrait or landscape, your paper type, your quality, and everything. So if you're using an A4 paper size, you have to click here, look for A4 and select it. your orientation is in portrait, is usually in portrait. For your paper type, this is for you to select the type of paper that you are using. It's very important for you to select this correctly because of the quality of your print. So if you click on this now, you would either select premium photo paper glossy or photo paper glossy. Now your quality can be high, or you can also select more settings and then you increase it and click on OK. Click OK and click apply. Make sure you click apply, because if you don't click apply, everything that you have done is not going to apply to your print. So you click apply and then you click on print. So once you are done printing your sticker, you are going to go ahead to lay the sticker on your cutting mat and then load the mat into your cutting machine. Now we are going to go back into Silhouette Studios, but this time we are going to be going to the right hand side and clicking on send. Now once you click on send, it will open this cut panel for you. Now on a normal day, you'll be able to send your cut project directly to the cutting machine, but you'll notice that this particular smile graphics, there's a lot of red outline on it, which means that the machine is outlining every single letter and shape that is on that is in that graphics, which means that it's going to cut it separately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the design space, ungroup you remember that we grouped the outline and the image together. So I'm going to ungroup that particular image and I'm going to remove the image. I'm going to separate the image from the outline. Remember that when you are separating your image from your outline, try not to move the outline. Make sure that the outline remains where it is. Now, if you mistakenly move the outline, just press Ctrl Z on your keypad or your keyboard so that it would undo that move that you have made, and then you can carefully go back to remove only the image. So I also decided to remove two of the logos and keep one so that you can see that you can cut with your logo in the design space and without the logo. Now once I'm done with that, I will go back again to click on send. So now you see that this red outline is now more pronounced because this is what the machine is going to identify and use to cut out the shape of your sticker. Now we are going to go to the line option and we are going to search for the material and also change our settings. So you are going to click on where you can see material and search for sticker paper white. If you are using a white sticker paper, you search for sticker paper white. Now you cannot see the options here because of my recorder somehow did not record, it's not showing that part. But once you click on that place that you have material, you can type sticker paper or just search for sticker paper white. Now we're going to come down to where you have blade depth, and you are going to increase your blade depth to 10. I usually just use 10, but for these settings you will need to again play around with it with different materials to see which one works better for you. Then I'll move to the force and I would reduce it to 30. I would also reduce my speed to 2 because I just prefer to cut slow instead of cutting fast. That way I can control whatever is going to happen to my scalpel, especially if you have a cutting mat that is no longer sticky. You want to be careful. You want to be able to monitor and control the cotton. Now I'm also going to go to my passes and reduce it to 1 because this kind of sticker I'm using can cut at 1 pass, and again because I have my force at 30 and my depth at 10, I don't think I need to make it cut 2 times. So once I'm satisfied with my settings, I'll just go ahead and click on send, and then it would start to register those lines. So the first thing your machine is going to do is to try to register the lines like you saw in the previous clip before it starts to actually cut your designs. Like I said, the registration mark is so that your cutting machine can actually know where all the lines are and where it is supposed to cut, like a direction. And that's how the print and cut work. So you can go ahead to peel off your stickers. Now I have to mention that when I was using the portrait 3, it was very difficult. I couldn't figure out how to make the print and cut work because I was always having a registration field problem, and I just couldn't even figure out how to solve that registration field problem. But as soon as I used the portrait 4, it was very, very easy. It was very easy to use. And also the Cameo 4, I didn't have that registration problem with the portrait 3. So if you're using a portrait 3 and you're having that problem, um unfortunately it's something that I couldn't figure out myself, so I might not be able to offer a solution. Every other solution I found on YouTube did not work for me. I don't know why. I thought maybe it was the machine. But I hope this video helps you. I hope I was able to explain at a pace that you would properly understand. And if you have any questions, any suggestions, please drop it in the comment section. I will try to reply to all the comments. And if there's something you're also not understanding, please drop it in the comment section or send a message to my DM on Instagram at thecraftupnig, and we'll take it from there. Bye.